Halo, Army, no play. Risott Jungkook beat all BTS members. A surprising behind-the-scenes confession that HYBE has been keeping tight. The entire world of Maya is back. This time it's not because of the release of the latest song, not because of the comeback that is predicted to explode, not because of the mysterious teaser that usually makes the Army uproar one world. But the uproar came from the kitchen, literally. Who would have thought? The smell of scandals and surprises that shook the South Korean entertainment industry did not come from a grandiose stage or a controversial interview, but from a plate of risotto. Yeah, you didn't read it wrong. Risotto. This elegant Italian dish is now the subject of heated discussions between fandoms, the media, and even culinary experts. And who is standing in the middle of this storm? None other than BTS's golden mean Risott Jungkook. This story is not just any story. This is a story about food incarnated into an unspoken symbol of superiority. About the hidden greatness of an idol who has been known for explosive dances, vocals full of emotion, and undeniable charisma. But who would have thought? Jungkook's deepest secret lies behind his kitchen stove. It all started with a seemingly mundane moment. A casual live cooking content in which Jungkook, with bare hands and a serious expression, rummaged through a wok filled with his own homemade mushroom cream risottos. But the reaction after? Completely unusual. He didn't just make netizens hungry. He made his own colleagues, BTS members who are used to tasting dishes from Michelin star chefs, silent, glued. And finally, Surrender, Suga, who was known to be a perfectionist, just stared blankly and muttered quietly, "This is crazy." Jimin looked at Jungkook with a look of amazement and a little envy. RM, the leader who usually always has words for all situations, suddenly silent 1,000 languages. And Taehyung? Don't ask. His reaction went viral within seconds. He dropped his spoon and shouted, "Hyung, this is not risotto. It's magi," before swallowing the voice of the staff, who rushed to lower the volume of the broadcast. What exactly happened? How did risotto become a stage for greatness among BTS members? Why is the smell and taste of Risott Jungkook the most hot topic among the global fanbase, even compared to the issue of their comeback? Is it really just about food? Or is there something bigger and deeper going on behind the scenes? Something deliberately hidden by the agency, by the industry, by Jungkook himself? The answer is not as simple as you think. First, let's pull the red thread that has gone unnoticed so far. Jungkook is no stranger to perfectionism. Army knows he's not the type to settle for pretty good. If he sings, he will train his pitch to perfection. If he dances, he'll repeat the movement hundreds of times until there's no gap. But who knew that it also applies when it comes to cooking? That in the midst of his busy life as a global superstar, he secretly learns from gourmet cooking videos, takes private classes from five-star chefs, and even rents a private kitchen with professional-grade equipment just to perfect one recipe. Risott.an inside source who declined to be named revealed astonishing facts. It turns out that risotto is not an impromptu dish. It is the result of many months of training. Jungkook is obsessed with the al dente texture of the rice, the balance between cream and broth, and the umami aroma that explodes in the mouth. He experimented with truffles from Italy, beef bone broth cooked for 48 hours, and a flambe technique that even made HYBE's kitchen staff panic because it almost caused a small fire. But for Jungkook, it was worth it. And why would he do that? Why would someone who is already on top of the world, who can eat at any restaurant, choose to spend time and energy just for risotto? Here's the part that makes all of this more than just a story about food. In an off-the-record interview that was leaked to the Korean underground media, a well-known chef who was once a silent mentor to Jungkook said that risotto for Jungkook is an escape and a symbol. He doesn't cook to show off. She cooks to convey something she can't say directly: frustration, confusion, and a desire to stay connected to something real, off-camera, off-stage, off-label. In every mouthful of risotto, he pours out his love for the simple life, which he once had before the world knew him as an idol. And the reaction of the members was not just empty praise. They know. They feel it. They know that risotto is not only delicious, but full of messages. Taehyung, who has always been known as a member with the most eccentric tastes, even made a surprising comment on a live that has been revealed by the agency. If you want to know Jungkook's true feelings, try the cuisine, especially the risotto. You will know everything. The words made fans relive previous moments that were considered trivial. Jungkook suddenly talks about the kitchen during the interview. Jungkook often goes to the supermarket himself, although he can tell anyone. Jungkook, who rejected some food endorsements because the taste is not up to standard. It all started to look like puzzle pieces that were slowly coming together. But here's the part that makes it even worse. Shortly after the risottos went viral and received an overwhelming reaction, news emerged that some of South Korea's top chefs had started contacting HYBE. They want to recruit Jungkook as a guest chef at a top national culinary event. One of the leading Italian restaurant chains in Seoul is reportedly ready to appoint Jungkook as a brand ambassador, only if he agrees to recreate the risottos in public, but HYBE refused. What's the reason? This is when conspiracy theories began to emerge. Some hardline fans believe that HYBE deliberately withheld Jungkook's potential in the culinary world for fear of shifting the image of his idol, who has been built with strategy. They fear that if the world sees Jungkook's other side, his human side that is too perfect and too down to earth, then the entire narrative that has been curated for years will collapse. How could the world possibly accept that Korea's biggest pop star was also Master Risott? But Jungkook, as usual, never gave a direct confirmation. He just smiled, nodded, and said in a VLive broadcast, "I just want to cook something that makes people feel comfortable." And that simple sentence made thousands of fans cry. Flood comments. "You're not just an idol, Jungkook. You're home." In that wave of emotion, a deeper question also arises. Is Risott Jungkook just the beginning of it all? Is this a sign that he is ready to let go of all industrial construction and come across as his whole self? Not just the golden magne, but as John Jungkook, a human, a boy who loves to cook, who still has wounds, love, and longing. Clearly, one thing cannot be disputed. That Risott changed everything. That it's not about who is the best cook. Maybe it's not about Jungkook beating the other members. But the truth is, since Risott was present at the dinner table, the dynamics between the members changed. Fans began to notice there was some kind of invisible tension in their interactions. Some fans refer to this as the risotto effect, a new term to describe the moment when a person is so perfect in something unexpected until the other person is at a loss for words. And now the world is wondering, what else is Jungkook hiding? If Risott alone could be this big, what if it turns out that there are still other secrets that have not been revealed? A solo album written entirely from the kitchen? A recipe book? A private restaurant with a culinary experience specially designed by an idol and chef? Whatever it is, one thing is certain. Jungkook has already lit a fire, and the world is waiting patiently to see what it will cook next. A Risott plate can shake BTS, shake HYBE, and touch millions of ARMY hearts. It's not just food. This is a statement. This is a taste revolution. This is the beginning of something bigger, and maybe, just maybe, Risott, it was his way of saying, I want to be known not only for my voice and my face, but because of who I really am. We can only wait and hope if one day we are lucky enough to taste Jungkook's own handmade risottos.